life, I'm not a rigid person. I'm very, very carefree and very, very out there. But Radhika is not like that at all. So I was lucky that I could draw on my experiences at law school, in law firms, where I was wearing corporate attire, where I had to be straight-faced, where I had to be very serious and plan and execute the way Radhika does. So from that perspective, while it was very challenging, I was lucky to have that kind of experience to draw on. I really deferred to Thea a lot. She was very clear about how she wanted Radhika to be. I think that, Radhika wears, for example, she's a little bit more made up than I would normally be in my real life, and her hair's always pulled back, and she wears maybe, a more lip gloss than I would like to wear. So, but that's a part of her character, and at the end of the day, I was really thrilled to be playing something which was so distinct and actually add to kind of a versatile repertoire which I'm trying to build for myself as an actor. So it was great fun, and it was nice to wear, figure-hugging corporate dresses. It reminded me of days in Melbourne, which I don't get to do anymore. My first shot was a scene which is about Valentine's Day. And in fact, it was shot the day after Valentine's Day, so it was really nice because we just had that environment everywhere in Bombay. So I was able to kind of get into that very quickly. But it was challenging because I'd only met Zahid Khan for the first time 2 days before. And this was sort of the most friendly scene between Radhika and Jay. So, the walls and the barriers had to be brought down very, very quickly for us to be able to get into it. And I think, kudos to Zahid for making me feel so comfortable. And I really, really had to just allow any apprehension to kind of dissipate and get into it very quickly, because I was trying to prove my meat as an actor and prove my meat as Radhika to the rest of the crew who had brought me on board so late. I was the last person to be cast. I was cast just a few days before we went on set. And yeah, that was kind of the make or break, and I think that it went really, really well, and that gave them faith and it gave me faith that this was the right thing for me to do. In fact, interestingly, I originally was auditioned for the part of Ritu, which is now being played by Umang. And Sandhya is someone who has known me for a long time and I think has had a lot of faith in me as an actor. And we've been wanting to work together. She'd been wanting to cast me in something, and so she asked me to audition for Ritu, telling me it was a very good production. But when Sahil saw that audition, he actually saw Radhika. Because I think part of my upbringing, part of my schooling, my experience in the corporate world actually gave a kind of womanliness to the character of Ritu. And Sahil was looking that for the character of Radhika. So he was kind of lucky, I guess. He found Radhika unknowingly, not unwittingly. And it was a lot of fun actually casting with Sandhya, because she herself is an actor. And she really does a great job in acting with you in an audition. I think all of my scenes were very, very challenging, and by far the most challenging thing I've ever done. My favorite was the most fun to do would have been the Valentine scene, because we really went kind of to town. There was a lot of impromptu work happening there. Sahil gave me a lot of freedom, which was really, really nice. And at one stage he cut because I'd gone completely off script. And he was like, "Ye kya kare?" And then we watched it and he loved it, and I hope that's still in the film because it has that sort of natural flavor to it. A very challenging scene comes after the interval between Zahid and I. It's a confrontation scene. And again, because it was such little time actually spent getting to know Zahid, having to do such extreme emotions with him as an actor was very, very tough. But by that stage, we kind of had a camaraderie, and he really, really supported me through that. So while it was a tough scene, it was a lot of fun because you can kind of let loose, and he was really responsive to that. The strongest point about Sahil Sanga is that he knows what he wants from his actor. He has a very clear vision for his film, and he's written the film himself. So anytime that you're unsure of what's happening, you know you're being protected by your director, because his vision is crystal clear. Every detail of the character is etched in his mind. His inspirations are so clear. So even if you ask him a question which maybe he hadn't considered, he can look to the person that he had taken inspiration from and say, this is what she would do, and give you an answer, and it allows you to implement that. As for Born Free, I mean, the name says it all. There's liberty, there's freedom, there's love. Everything about this production house is so fresh and new, and I'm feeling very blessed to be a part of it, because I've never had a producer write me a letter and that letter be waiting in my van saying, "We'd love for you to be part of our team. Thank you for being part of our team." when we finished shooting, I had the same producer saying, "Thank you for breathing life into the character of Radhika." So, it wasn't just a producer and an actor. It was like almost like a parent and child. They brought you into this world of Love BreakUps Zindagi, and you make them proud and they show you their appreciation. So, for me, Born Free is family. The melodies, I think, are magnificent. After a long time, even in the mornings, if I've got music on in the background, and I'm not even being biased towards it because it's a film I'm part of, there's a distinct beat which comes on, and you can tell that that's something fresh in you. And what is that, And I think all the tracks have that. They're all so upbeat and refreshing and make you kind of want to tap your foot. And they're not like dance numbers. They're just things that you want to drive to, you want to kind of chill out to, you want to have on in the background if you have friends coming over. They're uplifting, which is very, very nice. There's nothing melancholy in this film. It's all about feeling good, which is really, really, really different in today's day and age. We're always trying to explore the dark side of things these days, and Love BreakUps Zindagi is not about that. My favorite track is probably Rosanna. I go to bed listening to Rosanna, I wake up listening to Rosanna, and I think it's been beautifully kind of picturized as well, in very real sense. But I love, and then Rab Rakha again is a favorite as well. I think that there's something so spiritual about the music in Rab Rakha. Salim Sulaiman have done a fantastic job. I think I do. I think at the core of it, I'm a real idealist about love. My recent life has just been dedicated to work. I haven't even been able to think about love. And the irony is I'm doing film after film, which is all about love. But yeah, I think I do have faith that love will come looking for you. And I definitely believe, despite it being a cliche, that if you do find love and are not sure about whether it is, that you must let it go and see if it comes back to you.